Very good evening to all my dears. We had completed the symptoms of peptic ulcer disorder. That means the common symptom of peptic ulcer. Let me try to repeat the same. The signs and symptoms of dyspepsia, abdominal pain, heartburn, and periodicity of the symptoms, then possibility of spontaneous resolutions, atypical presentations, and very specific symptoms. Regarding the signs, there is superficial or deep tenderness, muscle guarding or muscle rigidity, then pointing signs, then observation of possibility of peristaltic waves and positive occult blood. These are the common signs and symptoms of a peptic ulcer patient. But with the symptom of the same, we cannot distinguish whether it is a gastric ulcer or a duodenal ulcer. It is very essential to know as a doctor whether it belongs to the gastric ulcer or duodenal ulcer. From the signs and symptom or a distinguishing feature, we can clearly know whether it belongs to a gastric. It is it is the gastric area, so that is why it is assumed as the gastric ulcer. Then here you can see the ulcerated areas, very inflammatory inflammation, very pallor, dolor, calor, rubor, something like that. This area, that is duodenal ulcer. So regarding the symptom of our patient, in case of duodenal ulcer, the symptoms are a burning or aching or atypical, and patient may describe it as a sense of discomfort or bloating. That is why in earlier classes the symptoms of dyspepsia is there. But at the same time, in case of a duodenal ulcer, it is very sensation as if a gnawing or boring, that means very screwing or a hunger like discomfort. The patient knows that he feels some discomfort or he feels some pain, that may be because of appetite or maybe because of hungriness. He knows the very real time. That is why it is described as a sense of hunger like discomfort. So in gastric ulcer patient, the sensation of burning due to acid regurgitation, burning or aching or atypical, the patient may fail to explain it as what actually he feels. He may fail to describe it as. That is why it is very atypical, and the patient may describe it as a sense of discomfort or bloating. And next about the location of peptic ulcer. Regarding the location, the pain usually felt in the epigastrium, but at the same time it is more to the left of the midline. That means it is felt in the epigastrium. It is epigastrium, epigastric region, upper abdomen. But the patient will say, "Sir, I feel pain usually in the left to the epigastrium, that is left to the midline." But in case of duodenal ulcer, the pain will be situated high up in the epigastrium, but it is just right to the midline. So regarding the location, if it is a duodenal, it is usually right, and if it is a gastric one, it is usually in the left side of the epigastrium. And next about the vomiting. In gastric ulcer, the patient feels a sense of vomiting, or he wants to vomit because it gives relief to the patient. That means after vomiting, the patient will feel better. That means the decompressing effect of stomach. If he vomit, he will feel better, and automatically that will leads to the patient may induce to vomit by inserting the finger in the mouth after food, because it creates some great discomfort to him. That is why by simply inserting the finger, he may induce to vomit. But in duodenal ulcer, usually there may not be any vomiting, usually no vomiting, and if he vomits, the pain will usually aggravates after vomiting because of the acid may come in contact with the ulcerated area. That is why in duodenal ulcer, the pain will aggravates after vomiting. So that is why patient will not try to vomit as in case of gastric ulcer. And regarding the periodicity means the recurrence or the relapse of the case. In gastric ulcer, it is not so well marked. It is not much well marked, and the attacks last for several weeks and are followed by interval of freedom of 2 to 6 months. It means that if our patient is having some problem with the gastric ulcer, and after a period he will be free of, that means for a 2 weeks or for a 6 weeks or 1 month, something like that, and again the complaint may return. But in duodenal ulcer, such periodicity is very well marked. The symptoms appear, last for few days, and then disappear for an interval of few weeks or even months, and after few years the pain may fairly a very constant symptom. So periodicity is not much well marked in gastric ulcer, but it is very well marked in duodenal ulcer. And next about the vomiting, that I think we already mentioned the same. And regarding the vomiting in gastric ulcer, there is a great possibility of vomiting of blood. That means due to the internal bleeding, hematemesis, it is known as the hematemesis. And the on observation of the vomitus or the content of the vomiting, it is very rusty colored or a coffee colored vomiting. Why there is a rusty or coffee colored vomiting? That means after internal bleeding or a breakage of the blood vessels, that may leads to leakage of the blood and thereby destruction and disintegration of the RBC or hemolysis, and the hemoglobin may come in contact with the acid hematine. Hemoglobin will come in contact with the acid and thereby formation of acid hematine. That is why the vomitus become very rusty or coffee colored in gastric ulcer. But at the same time, in duodenal ulcer, usually no vomiting, and if there is, even if there is bleeding, the bleeded or the blood may shed into the stool. That is why on examination we will get a positive occult blood, and here no possibility of acids to contact with the blood. Automatically the blood may be very bright blood or very passage of maroon or bright red color or blood clots per rectum. So a frank very bright red bleeding can be occur in duodenal ulcer, and at the same time the stool is named as melena because of the presence of positive digested blood contents. Then next, just have a look over the hemorrhage. It is an endoscopical observation. It is internal bleeding, bleeding area. Okay. Then, and so these are the differentiating point with the gastric ulcer and duodenal ulcer. It is gastric, it is duodenal, then regarding the pain, sensation, then location, then modalities, then, and I think I just skipped off this slide regarding the modality of, that means there is a immediately after food the patient may feel better with the gastric ulcer. I'm sorry for the skipping of this slide. Initially, in gastric ulcer, the patient feels better after food, but immediately within a period of 30 minutes, the pain will starts, or there may be an acute bouts of pain, usually after a period of 30 minutes. So that the patient can simply, or the patient may directly correlate the pain with the act of eating. So automatically the patient knows that after having food he will get a relief for a very short period, and within a period of 30 to 45 minutes he will get pain. So the same will leads to the patient afraid to eat. Automatically he become very weak and lean, and the weight loss may be the PC of our patients, along with the common symptoms of gastric ulcer. So the modality of gastric ulcer patient is usually pain aggravates after 30 minutes of food. But in case of duodenal ulcer, our patient will not have any pain usually after food. Why it is so? Because the food and the acid gives a very stable situation in the stomach. But if the patient is not having the food, the free or the very direct or very strong acid will acid may get entry in the duodenal area. That is why a patient knows that if he is not having food, he will get pain. Immediately, contrary to the gastric ulcer, the duodenal ulcer patient will have the food at a very regular interval or regular time, because he knows that if he is not having the food, that will leads to aggravation of pain. So it is explained as hunger pain. So hunger pain can be seen in duodenal ulcer, because, and at the same time in duodenal ulcer patient there is a peculiar symptom can be seen, because after sleep, after midnight or in early morning hours, there is a habit of the patient awake from sleep and having a habit of eating something or drinking some water or milk or biscuits, something like that. Because after 2 or 3 hours of meal, the same will ejected into the small intestine or into the large intestine. Automatically the stomach become empty. So in empty stomach there may be a free flow of acid, and it will usually in the after midnight, so that the a habit of waking from the sleep, especially in early morning hours, and it's a very typical symptom in duodenal ulcer. So we can sum up the modality in gastric ulcer as food provokes the pain. If he is having food, that will provokes pain. But in duodenal ulcer, empty stomach provokes pain. That is why automatically the duodenal ulcer patient, on inspection of a patient, or from the first look, even a patient with a duodenal ulcer, he is supposed to be, or he seems to be like that, a very robust or very healthy one. But in a gastric ulcer patient, the patient is very weak, emaciated, tired and exhausted. So these are the common differentiating point of a patient with gastric ulcer and duodenal ulcer. And very thank you for watching this video. Thank you.